Have you ever wondered why so many countries gained independence right after World War II? It wasn't a coincidence. It was a massive global shift called decolonization, and it completely redrew the map of the world. Let's dive into how this happened. Before the war, vast empires like the British and French controlled huge parts of Africa and Asia. But the war changed everything. It exhausted the European powers, both financially and morally. They simply didn't have the resources or the will to maintain their massive overseas empires anymore. Think about it. How could you fight for freedom in Europe while denying it to people in your colonies? The hypocrisy was becoming impossible to ignore. At the same time, the war had a profound effect on the colonized peoples themselves. Millions of soldiers from colonies like India and Nigeria fought alongside the Allies. They experienced new ideas about freedom and self-determination. When they returned home, they weren't content to go back to being second-class citizens. They came back as leaders, organizers, and fighters, ready to demand independence for their nations. This created a perfect storm. On one side, you had weakened colonial powers. On the other, you had energized nationalist movements demanding freedom. Leaders like Mahatma Gandhi in India, Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam, and Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana rose to prominence, mobilizing millions of people. They used everything from peaceful protests and civil disobedience to armed struggle to achieve their goals. The post-war world also had two new superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union. Both were officially anti-colonial. The U.S., born from its own fight for independence, found it hard to support European colonialism. The Soviet Union saw decolonization as a way to spread its communist ideology and weaken its Western rivals. So, they both put pressure on the old empires to let their colonies go. From the late 1940s through the 60s and 70s, a wave of independence swept across the globe. India and Pakistan in 1947, Ghana in 1957, and dozens of African nations in the 1960s, often called the Year of Africa. Of course, this process wasn't always peaceful. Some struggles, like the Algerian War for independence from France, were incredibly violent. The borders drawn by colonial powers often ignored ethnic and cultural lines, leading to conflicts that still exist today. The legacy of decolonization is complex. It brought freedom and national pride to billions of people, but it also left many new nations facing immense challenges like poverty, political instability, and the lasting scars of colonial exploitation. Understanding this history is crucial to understanding the world we live in today. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you next time.